All right, sorry about that. Okay, part B. Assuming the atom is a sphere, what is the radius of the mercury atom in nanometers? Nano is 1 times 10 to the negative ninth. Volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. All right, we have our volume, right, from the previous example. Let's solve for our r here. We'll get micrometers, and then we can convert it into nanometers. So we have our volume equals 4/3 pi r cubed. Volume 2.47 times 10 to the negative 11th. 4/3 pi r cubed. My students will ask me every year, can we just use 3.14 for pi? No, use the pi button on your calculator. Very simple. So what you're going to do then, you're going to take 2.47 times 10 to the negative 11th. All that you're going to multiply by 3/4 pi. And we're going to solve for our r cubed. So then our r equals, so we solve for our r here. Again, we take the cubed root of the math that we got there, and we will get 1.8066 times 10 to the negative 4th micrometers. Our answer needs to be in nanometers. We know that since micro is to the negative 6th, then nano is the negative 9th. That must mean for every 1 micrometer, there are 1,000 nanometers. Micrometers cancels out. We multiply that number times 1,000. And so our radius then is 0.18, rounded off, 0.181 nanometers. All right, now let's look at our number 7. A particular type of ore contains 10 grams of gold per 1,000 kilograms of ore. If gold is worth $600 an ounce, what mass of ore must be mined to obtain gold worth $1 million? So what's the kind of arbitrary, what's the thing that we're going to start with? $1 million. So I'll start with that. And I'll actually use scientific notation. 1 times 10 to the 6th dollars times, what conversion factor do we have? We have $600 an ounce. On the bottom is 600. On the top, 1 ounce. All right, I know ounces are a mass for gold. Grams are a mass for gold. So what I did is I looked up a conversion factor. That 1 ounce equals 28.35 grams. Ounces cancel out. Now I have grams. Now to be more specific, grams of gold. 1 ounce of gold. This way, because our next conversion factor is going to have 2 different masses. We're going to have 10 grams of gold per 1,000 kilograms of ore. So the 10 grams of gold go on the bottom. 1,000 kilograms of ore on the top. So now when we cancel out these units, our grams of gold also get, our gold also gets canceled out. We get converted into kilograms of ore. So we can solve that. We get 4.725 times 10 to the 6th kilograms of ore. Again, rounding off, we just had 1 sig fig to start, so I can round this off to 1 sig fig and just say 5 times 10 to the 6th kilograms of ore, or 5 million kilograms of ore, for just or for $1 million worth of gold. Again, all we're doing is looking at units and using the units to convert from one thing into another. Number 8, a package of aluminum foil contains 100 square feet of product and weighs approximately a pound. The density of aluminum is 2.7 grams per centimeter cubed. Find the approximate thickness of aluminum foil in millimeters. All right, so what we can start with here is our 1 pound of aluminum foil. We don't really use pounds for anything, so let's convert that immediately to grams. There are 454 grams per 1 pound. You could also use the 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds times 1,000 grams per kilogram. It's the same conversion factor, just with basically with the 1 instead of the 1 with the kilograms. Now the 1 is worth the pounds. We'll still get the same answer. Okay, pounds cancel out. Now we have grams. Now we can use our aluminum's density, the 2.7 grams per centimeter cubed. Grams has to go on the bottom, so the 2.70 grams goes on the bottom. Centimeter cubed on top. Grams cancel out. I have centimeters cubed now. So I can get the total volume of aluminum that's there. I get 168.15 centimeters cubed. All right, that is just kind of like an in-between number, so I don't need to round it off specifically. I can just leave it at that. Now, if I think about this is the total volume. Well, what is the surface area then in 100 square feet? So I want to get this into eventually to millimeters. So why don't I convert my feet squared into centimeters squared? 100 feet squared times, I know that for every 1 foot, there are 12 inches. I need to do that twice because we're dealing in square footage. Now I have square inches. Again, I want to get to square centimeters. There are 2.54 centimeters for every 1 inch. And again, I have to do that twice. So I can do 100 times 12 squared, or 144 times 2.54 twice. I'll round it off a little bit, 9.29 times 10 to the 4th centimeters squared. So do I realize now that I know the volume and I know the area? So what I can do, if I divide the volume by the area, just thinking about units here, centimeters cubed divided by centimeters squared, I should get the thickness in centimeters. So 168.15 centimeters cubed over 9.29 times 10 to the 4th centimeters squared. So my units of my answer are going to be in centimeters. I get 0.00181 centimeters. My final answer was asked for in millimeters. So we have to take my 0.00181 centimeters. Centimeters goes on bottom. Millimeters goes on top. For every 1 centimeter, there are 10 millimeters. Centimeters cancel out. Basically just moving the decimal point over one spot. 0.0181 millimeters. All right, so there's number 8.